Yeah! Weege show here in beautiful Colorado, round 2 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross. How's it going, gang? It's Privateer Connection over here. TPJ, the professional journey, not the privateer journey. Teddy Parks and probably Grant Langston somewhere inside that rig. What are you guys up to?
Just checking out the track.
Racing?
Seeing what's up. Yes, sir.
Racing? Yeah. What's your name?
Ramy Alves.
Oh, wait, Ramy, what's up? I have not seen like adult Ramy. I'm used to like teenager Ramy Alves.
Getting old.
Okay, so you're TPJ.
Yeah, for the outdoor series. Okay. I'll be with TPJ for the whole season.
Okay. And make it some noise?
Yep.
Scrubbing?
You know it.
Scrub Kid. We used to call Ramy Scrub Kid. And you are?
Lane Shaw.
Lane Shaw. Glad to actually meet you in person.
Yes, sir.
We've met on Fantasy many times, like you've been on my team many times.
I hope better mostly than the worst for you.
So you're going to come through for people here outdoors? Is that the goal?
Yes, sir. We're just getting our feet under us right now.
Okay.
We had a couple problems first round, but we'll get them sorted.
All right. Now the TPJ program, is it all right? I mean, you got to deal with Teddy Parks.
Teddy Parks is the man.
Okay, we're down with Teddy.
He makes this possible for guys like us to get to the races.
Yeah, you can't complain. Hats off to him. Would it be possible without him, you know?
Yeah, no one else is going to do it. He's the man to do it. So if you're needing some help, get in contact with him.
All right, Lane Shaw, Ramy Alves, keeping the privateer spirit alive and doing it for fantasy teams all over the world. All right, good luck with the scrubs, Ramy. Scrub Kid, Ramy Alves. So those are just a couple of our privateers. That's TPJ, the Privateer Journey. Teddy Parks runs that program. I'm Jason Weigandt. This is the Weege Show. If you're watching on Peacock right now and you're mad that you're not watching practice, FYI, practice has always started at 10:15 local time. So we're not actually stopping you from watching any practice. It hasn't started yet. So we're just giving you bonus coverage as I walk and talk to the pits. There's Eli Tomac. I don't need to talk to Eli Tomac now because I actually had a chance to talk to Eli Tomac earlier, right over there. Okay, so how did Paula go? You were right there. I mean, as you said in Supercross, there's like 15 dudes now. Yeah. You're right in that pack the whole day, but I know you want podiums and wins. So how did it shake out in your perspective?
Not good.
Okay, you're gonna say this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I've got a lot more in the tank.
All right.
And I wasn't myself. I was just struggling the whole day all around. Whether it was first race or me just being comfortable with what I had going on. So yeah. It should be better this week, and I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Okay, so you're not going to take the deep field. I'll take an 8th in a moto. I'm cool with that. No. You want more than that.
No.
Okay.
I should have been going farther forward, and I wasn't. So. See if we've got it figured out.
Did anything change, or is it just week 2, different track? Is that maybe enough?
I've got a different bike set this week.
Yep.
So I'm not going to throw it all on the motorcycle, but I need to get better starts here this week. But I am going back to something I know. Feels like a broken record, but you always try to search for more. Yep. You're always trying to up the game, and that's just how it goes. Okay, so that's Eli. Look, he's a very ambitious sort. He's won this 450 motocross championship 3 times, right? And he didn't get it last year, and we were all trying to figure out going into this season, was it just a Supercross hangover? Series started at Loretta's, weird schedule 2020, double DNF at round 2. Was it just a weird season for Eli, or is this Eli's no longer unbeatable no matter where he starts and no matter how the races roll, he's going to end up being at least in the podium and not winning at the end? Not happy, I'm sure, with the out of the top 5 at round 1. So I ask you this, if they're the ambitious sort, which all these riders in the pits are, if you're the ambitious sort, which way would you rather have it go? Would it be Eli Tomac, who just, as he said, just didn't have it all day? Or would you rather be Adam Cianciarulo, who did have it and did have the speed to potentially won the day and really make a statement? He had it, but then he threw it away and ended up out of the top 10 after he crashed while leading, then an arm pump and all sorts of problems. Ended up being a terrible day. Which would you rather be? The guy who's searching for it, or the guy who's like, man, I had it and I didn't take advantage of it? Or would you like to be these guys over here? This is Star Racing Yamaha. That's their hospitality truck. Their actual pit is over here. Now look, last week on the Weege Show, we said 10, maybe 12 guys could win races. That's what we said. We shouldn't be surprised if anyone on that list wins. So we cannot be surprised that Dylan Ferrandis won, and his teammate Aaron Plessinger was one, it looked like it was going to happen, pass on Ken Roczen away from winning the overall himself, and they both ended up on the overall podium. We're not supposed to be surprised. If you say that 10 to 12 guys can win, and anyone on that list does, then that's just what we thought coming into the series. And as for Ken Roczen, it should never be a surprise to see Roczen running up front and winning motos, but Roczen was practically renting billboard space on the way to the track saying, I am not feeling it coming into this series. He said he was as much as 5 seconds a lap off in testing on lap times, and I think Ken Roczen is probably not used to that experience.
You can say whatever you want about Roczen, but he's never been just super slow and off the pace. But that was the case going into the year, and then lo and behold, he ends up on the podium, almost wins the overall, and gets a moto win. But they were all on the list, right? So now we have to take what we said going into round 1 and really live it, really believe it, really have it in our heart and soul, which is do not overreact to anything happen. Oh, boss lady, are we good? Everything good? It's gonna be a good weekend?
It's a great weekend.
It's Carrie Russell Coombs. You really run the show, right? Can I say that? I mean, I don't think people want to give you credit. Oh, okay, Davey doesn't want anybody to know this. Okay, I know who the name usually goes in the press releases. You're never quoted in the darn press releases. You realize that? You're okay with this?
No, I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that? All right. But everything
behind the scenes, we all know women run motocross. Ask Amy Ritchie, Jill Robinson, Greta Martin.
It's true.
The list goes on and on.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So if I ask you if things going well, this is actually inside source.
Yes.
Things are going well.
Yes.
And what is it like to have some fans, like legitimately back at these races? It has to be awesome.
It is.
Yes.
Everybody's excited in the paddock.
Yeah.
I've never seen them in such a good mood.
Okay.
Like last race, it's usually, you know, real stressful beginning of season. Everybody was in a good mood. They really were just glad to be back to normalcy, or at least as our normalcy at this time.
Yes. Yes.
But we're as an industry or as a paddock, we're slowly getting back to normal. We'll get there. You'll see some changes before High Point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's business as usual this weekend as far as a closed paddock.
Okay.
And unfortunately, the podium's in a closed area. But we have 2 weeks off before now on High Point.
Okay.
And we're gonna get back with our teams and say, okay, guys, you know, let's loosen up the velvet.
Okay.
Cups, you know,
all right.
and everybody's doing better, and world's doing better, and
A collective
countries.
exhale.
Yeah.
Collective exhale. That's why people are in a good mood.
You're in a great mood.
Okay, that's what we want to hear. Just come back to having fun at the races and cheer for riders at the podium.
Yes.
You heard it there first from the ultimate source. But if you're the ambitious sort, we can talk about autograph lines coming back in the pits and fans cheering people at the podium and getting sprayed with champagne. That's all great stuff. But when you have that list of 10 to 12 riders that can win, that means that you're going to have 9 to 11 that are going to be disappointed every weekend that they're not on it. So it goes back to that ambitious question. If you're Cincerillo or you're Tomac, how do you feel about it? And how do you tell yourself, like we said, believe in your soul, it's only round 1, it doesn't really mean that much. I got a stat for you. 49 season openers. What's up, Trey? 49 season openers in this series. I just found this out today. 24 times the round 1 opener has gone on to win the title. That's basically 50%, slightly less than 50%, but you're essentially saying even the numbers prove that you cannot extrapolate any factual data. 50% of the time, the champion has won the opener or not. So we can't even take anything out of that. Now I'll throw in one other factor. Star Racing Yamaha has purchased Ricky Carmichael's goat farm in Florida. They will eventually be moving their operation primarily to work out of there. They're even building a race shop there. But that's the future. As of now, they are a California-based team, much more so than the other teams where riders have... What are you laughing at, dude? Serious business. All right. They don't have riders shipping off to Florida in the Southeast like most teams do. I would say that that squad is a little more comfortable racing in Florida, in California than most of the teams and riders who are like, just get me to the eastern tracks. I ride out of Florida, I train in Florida, that's where I'm gonna be at my best. Everyone will tell you that the track is totally different for the National at Fox Raceway, so it's not like a true home track advantage, but it's something where at least those Yamaha boys probably went in there saying, this track is fine for me, where the other riders, like we talked to Zach Osborne on this show last week, he said, yeah, I'm just trying to get through it. It's not my best track. And you go to the 250 class, Austin Fortner. I think a lot of people are like, man, I thought Fortner would come out house of fire, but he's like, not at this track, not at Fox Raceway. I'll get better with each race. That's what Fortner's trying to do. So a lot of riders trying not to read too much into disappointing results at round 1. If the Yamaha boys are Roczen, you want that shot in the arm of confidence. We'll see how that affects guys today. I got to go in the TV compound to get this show started. But one other thing I want to talk about, the 250 class, besides Fortner, like I said, can't read too much in the opener. Those results weren't surprising at all. If you had a betting pool going and you said that the podium would have Jet Lawrence, Jeremy Martin, and Justin Cooper on it at round 1, would anyone argue that? Maybe Hunter Lawrence, maybe Fortner, maybe there's a few other guys that can get in there. You can easily argue, though, that those are 3 of the favorites, if not the 3 favorites, coming into the season. But there's one other factor here, and it's not the timing of round 1 and who was ready and who guessed on settings and who was off and who's gonna have more. We have been waiting for Jet Lawrence to just find that next level, and that's the real question there. For the 450s, the question is, was round 1 realistic to what we'll see all year? For the 250s, the question is, has it already happened? Has it become Jet Lawrence's time? What's up, Shu? Is it already Jet Lawrence's world? And we are looking at a couple of years of just rolling 250 race wins and titles like some of the greats that have come before him. He's only 17 years old. It's not unrealistic to expect a drastic climb year after year, where he went from really good last year and then very good in Supercross to unbeatable outdoors. Could that happen? If you're Jeremy Martin, you probably want to watch this show right now and hear those words and use that to fire you up and motivate yourself to stop the kid. So those are our questions. In the 450 class, did round 1 really mean anything, or is it just a completely different set of circumstances at round 2? And in the 250s, is it Jet Lawrence's world, but we just didn't realize it yet? We're gonna find out today.